All right, welcome back to Stock Tricks with Nick for this week's Breakout Watchlist from June 14th to June 18th. In this video, I'll be covering 20 stocks with breakout potential in this upcoming week. Each of the stocks are above their 200-day simple moving average, which itself is in an uptrend. We're always trying to find the strongest stocks getting stronger. They're going to be above their 50-day and 20-day simple moving average as well. They're all going to be 100% off their 52-week low. Again, they're strong, and they've gone through some type of price and volume tightening to build the right side of a base leading to a breakout. Last week we had a 75% win rate, so our strategy is now getting back in favor. The three big winners were TDUP up 18%, 1-800-Flowers up 17%, and HYRE up 12%. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment on any stocks that I don't cover today but you think have breakout potential so I can add them to my watch list. And then subscribe to the channel. I make this breakout watch list every Sunday morning. I put together a live stream in the middle part of the week to refresh the watch list and break down any stocks that you guys want to see. And then on Saturday, I do a trading recap going over my winners, but also especially my losing trades. We always learn the most from losing trades, so I like to share that with you guys, and I like to kind of revisit those myself so I don't make the same mistakes in the future. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and follow me on StockTwits, Twitter, TikTok, and now Facebook and Instagram. If you're coming here for a certain setup, I'll put timestamps for each of the setups in the comment section below so you'll be able to click right to what you want to see. Quick disclaimer, anything that I talk about today is not stock or financial advice. This is all for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence before trading. Trading comes with financial risk. Here's the stock lineup for next week. We got 20 stocks here. The stars just not any better setups than the others, just what you guys can vote on after you guys watch the video on my Twitter account. Here are the quick look at the charts. You can see everything is kind of down to the right, maybe a move and then a stall before another move higher. And we'll be breaking down all of these along with the buy points in a second here. And TikTok Trading Challenge, week 24. So once you guys are done with the video, go to my Twitter account, vote on your favorite of these four setups: CROX, FOUR, Shopify, and ZIM. And then every week, I put whatever I make on TikTok into a trading account, let you guys vote how we allocate the funds. And then at the end of the year, if this account beats my own on a weekly compounding basis, I'll be giving away the account to a random commenter of this video. All you have to do is drop your TikTok or Twitter handle in the comment section of this video that I just linked above. All right, with that said, let's get into the stocks. First, we have ALGN. This is one that was on the midweek movers watch list, the one that we put together in the live stream. Got out on Thursday, so we were looking for a break over Wednesday's high. We got that. And then we have a really nice consolidation day on Friday on lower volume here. And now we missed if you missed this 3% move on Thursday, it is giving us another entry. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 daily highs right around the same price. So we'll just be looking for a break over Friday's high, 615.80 as a possible buy point there. Zooming out here, you got this nice VCP pattern of tightening range. You have the first pullback, 22%, second pullback, 17%, third pullback, 8-ish%, and now we just had a stall at that pivot buy point. So take a look at ALGN. Next we have ATVI, Activision Blizzard. Zooming out here, we got the 200-day, the 50, 20, 8 all in the right order. So all the trends are now up. You can see a similar kind of VCP action, volatility contraction pattern. First pullback's 15%, second pullback 11%, and we undercut the first pullback. So we shook out all the traders that got in on the first pullback here, shook them out on that May 4th candle. And then third pullback, nice and orderly, 4% down to the 50 moving average. That held, and now we're just basing out here. So what I would do is look for break over May 26th high, 98.48. Or if you want to be aggressive, Friday's high, 98.36, very similar. Look for that breakout. We're coming to the right side of the base. Nice VCP action. ATR, average to range, that measures the daily bar volatility there. That's getting lighter and lighter. This looks ready to go, ATVI. Next, we have CROX, CROX. This is one that you guys can vote on, and one that I already have a position in. Looking through here, this was the day that I bought it. Came out over that lower pivot. Since then, we've traded sideways, got going a little bit on Friday, and now we have 1, 2, 3 daily highs, including Friday, right around the same price. Not exactly, but what we'll be looking for is if we open lower on Monday and then take out that high, Friday's high, that would be the buy point, 108.67. Kind of pulling back the picture, you have the 200 in a strong uptrend, 50 in a strong uptrend. The 20 is now just starting to curl back up after a short-term pullback, and 8-day exponential is in an uptrend as well. Doing all the right things, so did have that gap up about 40. It gapped up and closed, let's see, 32% on earnings day, got as high as 48%, and this is looking really strong above the volume shelf and some moving averages for support. So CROX, one that I already have, might re-add to it if it sets up on Monday. Next, we have CrowdStrike, CRWD. This is one that we probably should have taken on Thursday over this pivot right through here. Came out on huge volume, got continuation on Friday, higher highs, higher lows. Ideally with this one, this is what I'm looking at as the buy point, just a break over Friday's high. But in a perfect world, we would get a short-term pullback to the 8-day exponential moving average and this volume shelf on lower volume. This just, we had a strong move off the lows, off that 20-day moving average, 13% here. So if we can digest that move a little bit, have the short-term traders kind of take some profits, bring this back into another area of support before checking and going, that would be perfect. That's probably what I'm going to wait for because I already have a lot of positions on, but this kind of check back and go, that's what I'll be patient for. We might not get that. We might just take the high on Friday out on Monday, 232. That's going to be the buy point. Just depends on when we get there. It's CrowdStrike. DRVN. This is an IPO. We had that kind of IPO pullback, undercut the low of the first couple days, and now this is really basing out nicely. You got 3 daily highs, right around the same price here, starting to turn up. Nice shakeout day on June 7th, and this is one that I would just take with a break over June 9th's high, 29.89. That's your possible buy point. And then a run back up to highs would be 18%. Very little resistance up top here. Again, IPO. Thinner traded name as well, so make sure you're getting the correct position sizing on that. A little bit more risky to put a large portion of your portfolio into a trade with thinner volume, just because you might get that slippage as you're trying to enter the price or exit if things are going wrong. That's DRVN. Next we have EA Sports. This has this giant cup, a smaller cup, another small cup, another one. So you get those nice pullbacks here. You can call this VCP as well. So 25%, 15% from high to low, 7.5%, another one through here, 3.5%. A shakeout to the 20-day moving average on Thursday. Reclaimed that on Friday, closed right there. So we're seeing those slashes. Everything's getting nice and tight here. So a break over what would have been Wednesday's high, 147.44 is my possible buy point. It probably won't be an explosion where it's up 30% or so in a day, but very quality base being built out through here, and it looks like we're ready to move up. That's EA Sports. Next we have FOUR. This is one that you guys can vote on as well. This is one that I had traded back in 2020. Had a malfunction like most stocks, but this one in May, this actually held up really well in March and April compared to other growth stocks. But let's measure from the high to low here. So 28% pullback, had this kind of double touch around $75. Since then, we bounced back over the 50-day, kind of had some erratic movement here, but 2 good volume days bouncing off that 20-day moving average. This is right around that century mark, $100. High short interest on this name, so if the short squeezes continue, this is something that we want to keep an eye on. For me, just a break over Friday's high, $100 on the dot. That's going to be my entry point on this one, FOUR. Next, we have HIMX. This is one that was on the breakout watch list last week in a stock that I currently have. 2020 winner, we have the 200-day. Ideally, we'd have the 20-day over the 50-day. We might get that shortly, just so you have all the moving averages in the right order. Everything's in an uptrend. This came off the lows 46% and then started to flag out here. Notice how volume's lightening up just as this is consolidating. This is almost 4 daily candles inside. So very little disagreement on the price after a 40% move up. That's a quality sign. I'm just looking for a break over the high from June 7th. 1459 is a possible buy spot. I already have the stock, so it might be a possible add spot for me. Breaking over that high, you would get over the volume shelf here and have less resistance on the way up. HIMX. If you guys are enjoying the video, please just hit the like button. Doesn't cost you anything but 1 second and helps me out tremendously. This helps the YouTube algorithm push this out to more traders. So if you're enjoying it, help me out. HUBS. This is one where you have the 50, the 200, 50, 20, 8, all around the same price. We're getting higher lows here, so 24% pullback, 19% pullback, 9% pullback, and then this week a 4% pullback. And now Friday moved. You could have bought with a break kind of over the high from May 24th, 519.56. We're right around there. The ship has not left the station, or the train has not left the station. The rocket ship hasn't launched yet. So a break over Friday's high, 519.98. That's going to be your possible buy point. HUBS. Next we have KTB. Night. Got the 200-day, 50, and then the 20 and the 8 are all together. We had this nice move up, 50% up, and then we started to flag out here. 50-day is now holding right there at support. You can see on Thursday we closed at it, bounced it on Friday on heavy volume. So pocket pivot here, highest volume. Again, highest volume in the last 10 days compared to down days. So lots of volume coming in there. I would be a little bit aggressive with this entry so you can keep your stop tight enough. So a break over 64.58, the high from June 8th, would be my buy point here. And that way, if you put your stop below the lows here, that's 5%. If you're waiting to buy with a break over this area here, then your stop's going to be too erratic, and 9%, 8% stop, not going to get good risk reward on that. So I'm going to be a little bit aggressive with my entry if this works out. And keep my stop at 5%. So KTB. Next we have MVIS. A little hesitant to put this on because it doesn't match typically the patterns that I trade. Heavily shorted name. Really got going here. And what makes me put this on the watch list is the volume on the down days are so light. No one is trying to leave this name after a 61% move up or so, 60% move up. All the pullbacks have happened on extremely light volume. Even when it got going and then reversed here, the volume was on the way out, not on the way back in. So looking at this daily chart, it doesn't look like there's any place to enter. That's why we'll switch to the 10-day chart and go to 15-minute candles. And this kind of a confluence of indicators. You could have entered this close to the end of the day on Friday with a break over this diagonal right through here. But what I'm going to be looking for is you have this flat top area. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 15-minute candles with the high at the same price, 21.70. That's going to be my entry point. It's going to be very aggressive. I'm going to move my stop as quickly as I can to even. If I take this trade on Monday or Tuesday, whenever it breaks that area, because this is a name that it's not a perfect daily candle pattern. It's definitely going to be a momentum play. So if we're going to play with momentum, we have to be very strict with the risk management, move that stop to even as quickly as possible. But something about this dead volume on the pullbacks after a 60% move up, high short interest name, short squeeze is working right now. I want to get involved if I can get an entry and quickly move my stop. Next we have NIO. This is one that could use a little bit of work. We recently broken back over the 50 and the 200-day moving average. The 50 days just starting to get in an uptrend now. You have the 20-day in an uptrend, crossing over the 50. So starting to move back up 50% off the lows here. What I would like to see, similar to CrowdStrike, is a couple days where we pull back and just kind of test this, either the 8-day exponential moving average or the main part of this volume shelf, see if there's support in that area, and kind of tighten up the range. You can see ATR is now flat. It's not flat to increasing. It's not coming in. We would rather see volatility get tighter and tighter and tighter before that breakout. Maybe we missed just a 3-day pullback breakout on Friday. I didn't take the trade, but I want to be alerted to this because this was a huge winner in 2020. If we pull back to the 8-day and it sets up perfectly, I wouldn't mind taking it. So break over Friday's high, 46.26 would be my possible entry point. Let's just put that. It also correlates with the high from March 11th, that first kind of dead cat bounce before it based out here and came out on good volume on Friday. So break over Friday's high, 46.26, especially if we can get a couple days of sideways action, would be a quality entry point with NIO. Next we have OII. This one, I think it qualifies for a high type flag. Let's see, yeah. Up 93% in 8 weeks or less and pulls back within 25% from the highs. So if you watched Leif Serede's conference this week, he's talked about high type flags. This is just starting to pull back to the 8-day exponential moving average. You have volume getting nice and quiet, ATR coming in, inside day on Friday, respecting that 8-day exponential moving average. Aggressive entry would just be a break over the high from Thursday, 1734. That's just a quick pullback buy. If this kind of bounces and then flags out a little bit more, I know Leif said 14 days to flag out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're only 8 right now, so might need a little bit more time. With a volume trigger where you get high relative volume coming through the high, then you could take this with a more aggressive entry at 1734. That's OII. Next we have Palantir, PLTR. Let's see, why is that not? Let me open up a new screen. Sorry, 1 sec. All right, now we have Palantir here. This is one. Let me history. Take off the 5-day moving average. All right. So we're back above the 50-day. The 20 days turning up. Good volume on the way out. This earnings where we gap down and then close green on an earnings day, that's a great sign. That's something that we heard from the conference this week. From the low there, it's 49%, call it 50% off the lows, above all the main moving averages, and right at this volume shelf here. So a break over the high from Wednesday would be 25.23. That would be a possible entry point on Palantir here. Not going to talk too much about that one because we have 6 more stocks. Shopify's next. This is another one, the third one that you guys can vote on. This looked like it's been basing out for, since September or even earlier, really. Yeah, July, man. Hasn't done much in the past 12 months, but is now starting to show like it's coming on to the right side of the base. ATR is coming way in, so nice low risk entry point. Volume got nice and light, except for the 2 up days that we're experiencing. We had 2 slash days to the 20-day moving average. That held as support. So with this one, a low risk entry point would be a break over the high from June 8th. Let me kind of move this. June 8th would be 1252.24. And not much else to say. Good relative strength starting to come back here. Definitely a name that I want to be a part of if it can start to turn up. Shopify. Next is SWAV. I think this is also a high type flag. Let me measure. 97 up, 8 back. So definitely qualifies for that high type flag. Less volume on the pullback. Starting to make a turnaround on Friday. ATR coming in right through there. Relative strength, showing great relative strength in the market. Checking a lot of boxes. So just a break over June 7th high. 179.82 is your buy point. Next is TDUP. This was the big winner from last week's watch list. Something that I did trade. I still have the position. We were looking for this 2-day turnaround right through here. We basically opened at it, shot higher, and then with Thursday and Friday, we pulled back on extremely light volume. Inside day, double inside day. 8-day moving average is coming up, but this is an IPO, so you do have to act a little bit quicker while you're trading it. So we jump to that 10-day, 15-minute candle. Then you can draw some downward diagonals and some flat top entry. So we're looking for a confluence of indicators. If we can get a couple 15-minute areas where it goes sideways and then boom, breaks over this flat top and breaks over the diagonal at the same spot, then you get two different systems buying the stock at the same time. That increases the probability of a winning trade. So if I'm going to add to this trade, it's going to have to be a perfect add through here. But if you're buying it for the first time, 27.57, a possible buy point there. That's TDUP. Big winner from last week, still setting up. TMCI, we got 3 more for you. This is an IPO. Another one that bounced up. Let's measure 36%. Actually, I didn't even see the shakeout. Sorry. So 50% off the shakeout, has moved sideways for 7 days, respecting the 8-day exponential moving average. ATR coming nicely in. Relative strength doing fine. This is one that I'll just take with a break over all-time high here, 36.73 as a possible buy point. Don't need to be too aggressive in a lower entry when we're already at it. TMC. TMST is next. This is one really nice, clean uptrend, up 240% since February. This is steel. So we saw CLF work last week. This did kind of bounce off the 20-day moving average last week. Nice, strong uptrend here. So if steel's still in favor next week, this is a name to watch. Ideally, we get a couple days where this pulls back, and then we could get a lower entry through here. But a break into all-time high, 16.26. That's your buy point. But again, if we can get a lower entry, kind of get the 8-day to move back to the 20-day, so you kind of have 2 areas of support right at the same spot, lower risk entry then. And last but not least, and the 4th one that you guys can vote on, ZIM. I did take this trade on Friday, so full transparency, as always with my channel. This has been a monster since it's IPO'd. I want to stay with the strongest stocks that get stronger. You got the 50-day, 28, all doing the right things. 8-day exponential now turning back up. I took it with a break over this 2-day pivot here, inside day on Thursday, and then broke out on Friday. If you're not in it, we're looking for a break into all-time high, 47.17 as the possible buy point. There was this heavy red candle day, 1 strike against the chart, but the next day it reversed, reclaimed both the 20 and the 8, so not a huge strike against the chart. Just one thing to watch for. So that's your 4th one that you guys can vote on. That's the 20 breakout setups for the week. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Helps me out. Comment any stocks that I didn't cover today that you think have breakout potential. Subscribe to the channel. I make these videos every Sunday morning, live stream during the week, and trading recap on Saturday. And I post the most on StockTwits and Twitter, so give me a follow there. StockTrickNick on Twitter, StockTwits, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all those good things is Stock Tricks with Nick. I'll see you guys middle of the week for the Midweek Movers live stream. Take care.